That's all.
All right, Mr. Coleman.
I'll be brief, Judge. The defendant is here through his own actions, and if that has a negative impact on his licensing, then it's because of his own fault. The state's recommendation is based on the defendant's criminal history and the nature of the offense, the nature of leaving this infant child in a car that reeked of marijuana. And that's really all I have.
If I can just respond briefly, it seems like that obviously he's got to support the family, and that's in the child's interest that he maintain employment, that he's able to support the family. So I don't.
Do you have regular drug testing with your job?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you pass a test today?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I figured we were going to get probation, so we were going to stop. We stopped last Friday.
So you're on.
What are you dirty? What would you be dirty?
Marijuana. That's it.
It's not that's it,
Yes.
right? It's just not that's it. You have how many prior marijuana related offenses? There was marijuana smell with the baby in the car with you and your baby's mother. You're here thinking, yep, she's just going to give me probation, so we'll start a week before. Stop smoking when...
Man, right from the start, you can feel the judge's frustration. She isn't yelling, she's astonished. This isn't a random traffic stop. This is a case where a baby was left in a car that smelled like marijuana, and the father casually admits he wouldn't pass a test today. That moment instantly sets the tone. These parents do not understand the seriousness of what's happening.
You shouldn't have been smoking the whole time. Like, that is the craziest thought process. So all this talk about your job and how important it is, what if they drug test you? It must not be that important to you.
It is.
It's not. Clearly, it's not. Taking care of your family is clearly not a priority if you're still smoking marijuana, knowing that you could lose your job, knowing that you could go to prison. Then there's something wrong with how you're thinking.
When the judge says, taking care of your family is clearly not a priority, that hit hard. This is one of those situations where the judge isn't being dramatic. She's stating the obvious. If you know you could lose your job, freedom, and child, and you still smoke right before court, that's self-destruction, and she's trying to shake him awake.
I'm not going to worry about getting a test that you would test positive for smoking marijuana after all of the things that I've read and seen in your pre-sentence report. I am willing to follow this probation, but there are going to be some conditions that were not anticipated today. And the only, I want you to know, as I'm saying what those are, it's the only way I'm going to follow the agreement and give you probation. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I am going to give you the opportunity on a deferred probation because I want you to be able to work and provide. So I'm going to defer all proceedings and place you on probation for a period of 5 years. I'm going to order a fine in the amount of $1,000. I'm also going to order that you enter and successfully complete the ISF program, the cognitive track of ISF. That means you're going into custody today.
This is the moment everything changes. You can actually see the shock hit him when she mentions the ISF program. 90 days in custody. I don't think he ever expected real consequences. He walked in thinking probation would be automatic. But the judge is basically saying, you had your chance. You blew it. Now you need structure.
Oh, there's no please. Same thing's happening to her. So y'all need to, y'all need to stop and you need to calm down because y'all are the ones that made the decisions that you made that make absolutely zero sense. And so the only way that I feel comfortable with you being out on probation and possibly getting your child back is that you go through and get some kind of treatment so that you make better decisions and so that you'll stop smoking marijuana a week before court. Nope, there's no raising your hand. I'm not going. Well, then you'll have to get another one when you get out. And I hate that for you. But that, listen, you stop talking or things could be even worse.
I love how she keeps repeating, I didn't do this to you. You did this to yourself. That's accountability. People often walk into court acting like victims of the system. But here, both parents walk themselves right into the situation, knowingly, repeatedly, and with a child involved.
So again, you're ordered to the ISO. And here's the thing. You've got the deferred probation. This is a program to help you do better. When you get out, you're still on a deferred probation. You don't have a felony conviction on your record. You're going to be able to be successful. And if you are, the case gets dismissed at the end and you don't have the felony conviction. If you violate any condition of probation, then you're going to be back in court and you'll be found guilty and you'll be going to prison for.
I love how she keeps repeating, I didn't do this to you. You did this to yourself. That's accountability. People often walk into court acting like victims of the system. But here, both parents walk themselves right into the situation, knowingly, repeatedly, and with a child involved.
And Miss Allen, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child. I've received a copy of the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Judge.
I have,
Are there any additions or corrections?
No mistake.
So you went through an outpatient substance abuse treatment just last year, right? And you did that through Spindletop and you're still smoking marijuana a week before court.
Are you smoking marijuana? Did you smoke marijuana a week ago? Yeah, shut up.
Yes. So based on that and based on the fact that you've had outpatient treatment and you're smoking marijuana a week before court, obviously that gives me concern and I'm going to any other.
I think the court will address this with the way you're fashioning this probation, but she did minimize and I highlighted. Certain
I did too.
She kind of minimized her responsibility for this officer.
But she does have obviously some mental health issues that she's following through with.
The mother's situation is heartbreaking. She went through outpatient treatment last year, and she still smoked a week before court. The judge isn't trying to punish her. You can hear it. She's trying to save her from worse outcomes. And honestly, when the mom says she feels pressure, the judge gives one of the realest answers ever. Pressure won't matter when you're facing prison time.
The only way for me to have any sense of responsibility, I think, to what I have to do and to the community and for your child and for you to be successful is to get you more intensive help than what you've already had. So
After this,
I'm sorry.
you're going to be homeless.
Listen, I appreciate what y'all are saying, but I didn't get, I did not get you here. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for a period of 5 years. You're ordered to pay that $1,000 fine and you're ordered to,
Yes, Your Honor, my thinking was that perhaps the court's concerns could be addressed in action.
I'm considering something a little bit different for Miss Allen. I know that probably doesn't help a lot financially, but just based on the situation before with Spindletop, just take a breath.
We do have them here.
I know. Take a breath. I mean, do you understand? Do you understand why I am where I am? And how irresponsible and how ridiculous the decision was to smoke. What?
Yes, I would never do this with you.
Well, I mean, you would.
Leave him, I will.
Well, it's not a matter of y'all leaving each other. It's a matter of you making this, and it may be if that's what makes you make better decisions, right? So if you have, hang on, listen to me, all right? If you're feeling pressure to make decisions and to and these decisions that make no sense, then you have to do at this point what's right for you, because you, regardless of what happens to him, are looking at going to prison for making those decisions, whether you feel pressure for them, whether you make them on your own. It's time for you to take that personal responsibility and do what's best for you and your child that you don't even have right now, and that you're not going to get if you keep making these bad decisions, right?
I love how she keeps repeating, I didn't do this to you. You did this to yourself. That's accountability. People often walk into court acting like victims of the system. But here, both parents walk themselves right into the situation, knowingly, repeatedly, and with a child involved.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do, Chelsea. I'm going to order as a condition of your probation that you enter and successfully complete the JCDI program or the Spindletop ATAR program, the drug program through Spindletop. Whichever one probation feels is more appropriate, then that's what you're going to be ordered to do. Those are outpatient programs. That means you can be out. You can try to salvage whatever you can without his income for a few months, and you can make some decisions on what's best for you, right? And you can make those decisions without any pressure. Okay. So this is your opportunity. You're not going to get it again. Do you understand? So if you violate this probation, you're going to be back in here. I'm going to remember, because y'all been, unfortunately for certain people, I don't always remember things, and they can tell you that. When I do remember, it's usually not a good thing, right? Because I remember I either gave you some opportunity that someone said I might not should. That's going to be reminded to me when we come back. I want you to take this opportunity and do right. You're going to have to do parenting classes if you haven't already through CPS.
Completed though.
Good.
Completed parenting classes.
Good.
And mental health classes.
Good.
And this mental health classes.
Perfect. So as far as you having visitation with your child, what is the situation, and are there any court orders right now?
The court order for the visitation for a child is that we are supposed to visit him every Sunday from 1 to 5.
So y'all have some family court orders already?
Yes.
Is that through CPS and the family court, or just CPS?
I believe it's through the family court.
Okay.
They told us when our case got closed that they were waiting for the judge to sign off on the agreement we made for visitations.
Okay.
And
so here's the thing. I'm fine with visitation, but it's not going to be unsupervised until I make sure that you get
allowed to be.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So if you get to a point in the family law matter where they start allowing unsupervised visitation, you need to talk to your probation officer about that so that I can then modify if I feel like it's appropriate and you've done everything you're supposed to on probation, because you have to have my permission to have unsupervised.
The judge is giving her a chance to fix her life without custody. That's rare. Most judges would have locked her up alongside the father. But here, she gets outpatient treatment, supervised visits, and time to stabilize her life. Caleb, the judge, ends with both firmness and hope. She remembers cases. She remembers opportunities she gave out. And she expects these parents to show her they deserve this mercy. Honestly, I hope they don't waste it, because a child deserves stability more than anything.
Visitation with the child as well. So not just them, but me too. And that's going to depend on how you're doing in JCDI or through the Spindletop mental health and substance abuse services. If you're doing everything you're supposed to, you're following all those rules, you've done everything through CPS and family court, then I want you to get your child back. I want you to have those visitations and be working towards that. It's only going to happen if I feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to. All right. So this was an agreement. I followed it. You've waived your right to appeal. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was that agreement. And so you have waived it. Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, Judge.
Okay. So again, Ms. Allen, I want you to take advantage of this opportunity, right? You make decisions. There's going to be, I'm sure he's very upset. But you need to make decisions for yourself right now with the opportunity that you're being given. Okay.
Yes.
All right, have a seat, probation. I'll talk to you when she's ready.